Hey boaters, Navionics, Active Captain, Waterway Guide, Garmin, Aquamap. Wow, a lot of terms that can be confusing, but let's try to demystify them. Hey, it's Sam on the Here's to Us. I'm up here in the bridge. Welcome to What Yacht To Do. What I'm going to do is try to just break this down simply for you. If you want more information, I've detailed this in a newsletter, and if you don't get our newsletter, that's fine. Just look in the description and we'll put a link to that particular newsletter. If you are not a subscriber to our newsletter, I encourage you to do that as well. So let's start with the hardware that we have on the Here's to Us. Now, if you're a Ray Marine person, hey, just pay attention because some of this is going to apply to you to be able to do reviews, and at the end they're going to give you a quick hack on how to do reviews on Active Captain and Waterway Guide that makes it easy. So on the Here's to Us, I have a Garmin chart plotter. That's the hardware that I like the best, okay? And people like Ray Marine, and there are other chart plotters out there. But I'm a Garmin fan because I spent 40 years in the aviation industry as a pilot, and Garmin was always something that I trusted. So a personal preference for me. Over here is I have an iPad that has a built-in GPS on it, and normally what I'll do is I'll run Aquamap in the iPad. Over here is I have a Android cell phone that I'm running Navionics on, and then over here is I have another Android that I have Active Captain. Okay, so Active Captain here, Active Captain is going to be the bridge for me to get information into my Garmin chart plotter so that I can steer the boat with the autopilot. So in this video, I am going to concentrate on reviews in both Navionics or Active Captain, used synonymously here when I'm talking about reviews, and Waterway Guide. So let's look at my setup here again on the Here's to Us. I have my Garmin chart plotter on a ram mount because I like to have this at my fingertips as I'm going along. I'll have my Aquamap display in the center on the iPad, and that's just moving along, giving me different information. The charts on this and the charts on that are different. The charts on Navionics are also different. So as I'm maneuvering along, and you'll see us on our videos on What Yacht To Do on YouTube, but let's talk about reviews. So let's try to demystify the Garmin, Navionics, and Active Captain because those terms get thrown out there a lot. Garmin is this device here, but it has its own set of charts. Garmin also owns Navionics, which has its own set of charts, and I have a subscription for that as well. Now, Active Captain is also an app. Navionics is an app, Active Captain is an app. Okay, Active Captain is owned by Garmin. You can see the Garmin name on there as well. Active Captain is an app that I will use to take the routes out of Navionics, put them into Active Captain, and this, you think of this as the bridge to go over to my Garmin screen. I will be able to get the route and markers and anything else I want into this via a Wi-Fi network on the boat. So let's talk about Active Captain reviews and Navionics reviews, which are pretty much one and the same. So when I'm talking about reviews, what do I mean? As you're moving along, you will see icons on your chart plotter, whatever you're using, and they're usually Active Captain or Waterway Guide. And what people do is they update them with information, and you can access those. Not only can you access those and learn from other boaters, but you can put them in and get them uploaded yourself. So let's talk about Active Captain first. Alright, we are in Alexandria Bay, and what I'm going to show you is JPs Marine. I'm going to click on that, and then I see up here JPs Marine. And I am going to scroll through. There will be all the information that's entered into Active Captain and Navionics. Remember, Garmin owns Active Captain and Navionics, so the information is in here. Some of this may or may not be up to date, and so it's all for you to take a look at, but we're going to scroll through and we're going to see eventually, we're going to start to see reviews. And here is one that I did just the other day. JPs Marine is a full-service marina, was awesome. Fuel pump out and a slip to accommodate a 50-foot boat with 50 amp power. The staff there is excellent and they helped us install our new house bank batteries in the morning. We had a 20-mile-per-hour crosswind component when docking in the slip, and all hands were on deck to come out and grab the lines. It's also conveniently located right downtown in Alexandria Bay. They also loaned us a car for a short errand that we had to do. Jim and Pam run a great marina and have an excellent attitude and great staff. And then I put our information to people want to contact more about that, they can. And you can continue to scroll through, but see the most recent one here was 2017, so 6 years between reviews. And then there's 2011. So what we want to do as a boating community is to start doing these reviews a little bit more often. So I am on my Navionics app right now, and we're going to take a look at that same area, Alexandria Bay. And what we're going to do here is get on this crosshair, move it around, and hit the information button. From there, we'll go down to JP Marine and Storage. Click on that, and we're going to see the same information in just a little bit different format. Now, because it's on a phone, I can click on that and call them. I can look at all the services they have, a little bit different format and maybe a little bit more user-friendly than the Garmin chart plotter, but eventually I'm going to get to the reviews. And there it is again. There is my information that I put in there, and again you can see a 6-year gap between reviews. So I think we need to get better as a boating community and enter those reviews, and I'm going to show you how to do those very easily. Alright, let's take a look at my iPad, and on my iPad I have Aquamap displayed, and the nice thing about Aquamap is it will display Waterway Guide, which is another service where you can post reviews in a very similar manner. So let's take a look at that, JP Marine. And a little bit tricky here. Go to JP Marine, it will look at the information. JP Marine on Waterway Guide, and here is the information. I can scroll through it again right here, and then I'm going to go to reviews, and there is my review right along here, and we can see, oh, look at Waterway Guide. The difference here is there's one from 2019 and 2018, so it's kind of filled in the gap a little bit between 2023 and 2017. So 2 different systems. So let's talk about those 2 different systems and how we can get information into Waterway Guide and both Navionics. Alright, let's talk about how you would put a review in, and it's a little bit different for both Navionics Active Captain Garmin system than it is for the Waterway Guide. On Navionics / Active Captain and the Garmin product, you can, right on your app, your Navionics app, you can just click on Write Review, and it will bring up a screen, and you can enter your data in there. And you can see there's my review because it knows that this is my phone and it's connected to it. So you can write your review here. So to enter Waterway Guide reviews, again in our newsletter, which is in the description in this video, you can see a little bit more detail, but you have to go to Waterway Guide online. This is not an app, okay? You need to go online because these reviews, while Navionics Garmin Active Captain reviews are going to be posted instantly, these go through a filtering process. So I'm going to go here, and I'll see there is my review as well, and you can go and enter the information into that. It will be sent to Waterway Guide. You'll get an email instantly saying it was received, and then once it's reviewed, which should just be about a day, it will be posted on Waterway Guide, and then I can see it on a Waterway Guide portrayal on Aquamap or perhaps some other app that you're using to navigate. The other thing I want to emphasize is what makes a good review. Now, I put more of that information in the newsletter, but generally you want to give the conditions that you're in, the size of your boat, and as much detail as possible so that review is useful to someone else. Me in a 50-foot boat, looking at a review from somebody in a 30-foot trawler, I am going to recognize the differences instantly as to whether that anchorage, marina, or wall is suitable for myself. So put some detail in there. Alright, so getting the information in there, I'm going to show you a simple way to do that. But you're going to have to make notes as you go along the way. And so what I use is an app called Color Note, and it is a speech to text app that I can speak in and it will type. I'll show you how to do that. Alright, I have opened the Color Note app. Right now, look at what's happening as I talk. It is typing and it is capturing exactly what I'm saying. Later on, I'm going to go and take that, I'll save it, and I can go through and edit any issues that are in there, get it nice and neat, and then I'm going to copy that and paste it into the review section of both Navionics and Waterway Guide. Now, Navionics, remember, is an app, and I can go right there to the app, cut and paste it on my phone. On Waterway Guide, what I do is I take that and I email it to myself, and then I'm on a PC or another device that I can get online, and I can do that as well. So, a little bit of a hack for you. Hope you enjoyed this quick overview of Navionics, Active Captain, Garmin family, and then also Waterway Guide, how to do reviews on there. If you do have questions about it, look at that newsletter, a little bit more information on there. And then also greatloopacademy.com. We have introductory courses on there that can help you as well. As always, if you have questions, you can go and look at a lot of our videos, subscribe to our newsletter, and also greatloopacademy.com, where we have online courses to help you out.